What are the main findings in this year's report?
I think there are two areas that we've really focused on. One is we looked again at the economic performance of our region as we did last year. There are a couple of things that we found out on that. And then there is a second new part, which is on the action agenda. What should this region be doing? Let me talk first about the economic performance of the region. First of all, it's important to say that we're still going strong. We had very high economic growth, prosperity growth in our region, higher than the EU 25, higher than Central Europe, which is southern Germany, Austria, and the new member countries in that region. Also higher than the United States, by the way. So, not a small achievement. At the same time, however, we've also saw increasing signs that we need to think about building the foundation for future success. There is no guarantee that we'll be able to grow at the same rates. Two indications of why. One, we this time compared ourselves a little bit more to a global set of peers rather than a European set of peers. We clearly outperform our European peers. We don't as clearly outperform our global peers on economic activity, on productivity. I think there are issues that we need to look at and be a little bit more realistic about where we stand as a region. The second issue is that there are actually areas in which we're losing position. Two examples. One is world export market shares have been stable for our region. Overall, we've been losing a little bit in goods exports. We've been increasing in service exports, but we've overall fallen behind Central Europe. And I think we need to look at that more closely. Second one is foreign direct investment, where we've also had a much larger slump than the world economy or Europe overall. We have been stronger than the rest. Now we're weaker than the rest on those indicators.
Can we use this Baltic Development Forum Summit to discuss the action agenda for the future development of this region?
Yeah, I think this is a perfect opportunity for really getting our heads together and thinking about what needs to be done at the region. I think it's crucial to be very specific about separating what needs to be done at different levels. We had the Prime Minister Göran Persson from Sweden here today, and I think he has an agenda, a set of things that need to be done in Sweden to make Sweden more competitive. What we can talk about here at the Baltic Development Forum Summit is really to think about where are the specific areas where we can do more together than we could do alone. And that's what we try to focus on in the second part of our report.
Could you point out those action areas, agenda that needs for the future?
We look in particular at 5 areas that I think that are very prominent on the competitiveness agenda of the Baltic Sea region and where regional cooperation can, I believe, make a strong difference. First one is cluster development. A lot of cluster efforts going on in the region. We already have strong national clusters. We can learn from each other how to do this, and we can link up clusters that exist in different parts of the region so that they can together pull above their weight in the global economy. So I think there is huge potential. Second issue is entrepreneurship. We know this is an issue. We need to become better at entrepreneurship. A lot of policy programs are going on in different parts of the region. We can learn from each other how to analyze this, find out what's really holding back entrepreneurs, and do the appropriate thing. And then the third one is really innovation, research, and education, a core strength of our region. But we also know that we're much better on spending on R&D than getting the returns from the new ideas that have been created. And we can work together as a region to do this. Two other issues that I think are really critical for us. One is Russia, the biggest opportunity that we have economically, one that will excite companies most in terms of the long-term potential. Also a hard one. We need to use our Russian partners, work with them to really make them a part of this region, make them feel that there are things that they can do with us. We're not trying to teach them something here. We want to work together. And then finally, I think, changing the business environment in the Baltic Sea region is not enough. We need to talk about it. We need to inform ourselves about what's going on within the region. This is why the summit is very important. We need to tell others, like people in Brussels. And by the way, we're strong. We're the strongest region in Europe on the Lisbon agenda. But we need to start stopping there, We can't just wait for them to congratulate them on our success. We need to have a positive agenda on the change that we want to see in Europe to make progress. And then we can start our last challenge to really brand the region. Make people in the world economy understand what the Baltic Sea region stands for, why they should come here, live here, and locate economic activity here.